It's our kind of our eighth session, and I'll explain that in a second. Of the fourth chapter of the Red Star Rising campaign adventure titled "The Dreadmist Curse," which is designed by Gooey Cube and presented by the Greater Mole Master Beholder Corps, where we hope your minds will be opened by wonder tonight. And playing tonight, as always, we have Zane.
Hello.
And Mark.
Howdy.
And Lee.
Hello.
The Mighty Trey.
Hey.
And Bob. I'm sorry. I mean Chris. Bob. And I am Casey, also known as the emissary of the Great Mother. And the reason I say this is the 8th or the 6th, it's officially the 6th session. But we kind of had a 6.5, which is maybe someday, if we get really popular, we'll have the unspoken of sessions. The extended version director's cuts of things. So there was a 6.5, which, we didn't make an official session because we were missing some of our friends. And then we kind of just had a 6.9 to kind of recap everything, to get everything back on order. And now we will move forward. So welcome to session 6. Did I say 6.5? 5.5 and 5.9. My math sucks.
Math is hard.
Math is hard. I'm just going to shut up right now because of reasons.
It's the next phase.
And the next
Leave it
2
there.
hours is complete silence.
Password?
So my
What?
aberrations, I ask you, shall we begin?
I.
No, wait.
Craving details about the plot at hand only results in discovering more mystery. Just a simple fishing trip, well, kind of, leads to a gruesome discovery. So, previously on the Red Star Rising campaign, you all played cards, you talked with Tanner, you went fishing, you found out a lot of information. While you were fishing, Gror did a really good job with his bow spearing a fish. You found a shack that looked quite unnerving, and Tanner wants to spend the night in the shack. Why does that happen? I don't know. Maybe we'll find out. But he's worried about that. Anyhow, why is he worried about that? Because you went to Trandon's place like you were instructed to. After giving him the phrase. What's the phrase, Kenna?
The fish don't bite on a fool's moon.
That's right. He recognized it. You guys went to Trandon's place. You walked up to Trandon's place. Huh! Imagine the theme of this adventure. You find somebody dead in a room. Oh, more mystery.
Yeah.
You find Trandon stabbed in the chest with a dagger that's none other than the dagger of Jinx, which once belonged to Columbina, one of the jesters of your troop, which you found massacred.
Oh no, Mr. Bob.
Spoilers. Oh, Mr. Blood everywhere. So, naturally, your adventure as you search the room. What do you find in the room? You find some journal pages that are half burned with some information that makes absolutely no sense whatsoever to any of you except for the word Landry, which Tanner seems to say there's a family known as Landry's, of which there's a house in the bog where they used to live, with a very tragic story about how their daughter tried to run away and never came back. And they kind of have been recluse and drunks since then. And Tanner says, it's getting really foggy outside. I do not want to take you guys back to town. So therefore, guess what? We need to go stay in that shack because it's getting really foggy outside and it would be unadvisable to travel in the bog at this time. And you guys are really wondering, did we go talk to Amantia? Because the bog witch? Because we were mentioned something about her? Do we go to the Landry house to follow the lead of the papers to figure out what's going on with this gruesome murder mystery, even though, why did we ever come to this place? We came to talk to this guy, but now he's dead, so what's going on with that? We don't know. Are there people in the bog that have been framed for murder, or did they truly murder somebody? We don't know about that either. Tanner could be in danger, and so you guys have brought it amongst yourself, just like you adopt every other thing in this adventure. to protect him. He doesn't seem as shaken as you think that he should be, and so therefore you guys are at a crossroads. What do you do?
Well, we should look for a Miracle Max and just find out if he's just mostly dead.
No, he's dead.
He's dead.
definitely all dead.
I don't know, fishing's
Dead.
a therapeutic
With
after
keeping with
something
all our
like
other traditions, I think we should burn down the shack.
No, we are not arsonists.
Yes, we
Sure about that.
Not deliberate arsonists, I think.
No, yes, we are.
We don't necessarily like do it for the case of arson.
If
I
do
believe the
remember correctly,
one
of-
time when we were
of
at the
3
butcher's
buildings that we've
place.
gone into, we burned down 2 of them.
Like,
Right, but not on
own it, own it.
Just burn it down.
Just own it.
So 50% of the buildings that we burned were on purpose. Okay, one out of the 2.
But never for the sake of arson.
Well, no, we burnt it because of the butchers.
No,
we wanted to burn it all.
We
Exactly.
do it because we want to burn it.
Right. See, that's totally different and okay. It's a fine line, and we're on the good side.
Listen,
And
Tanner,
Roar-
we're not arsonists.
Roar
He's
did
not pretty
pronounce
far out at this
Yeah.
point.
As you guys
Although-
are arguing minutia, give me a roll 20 or a d20 roll.
Although,
Because
to
we
be
haven't
honest
had a
with
chance
you-
to do that in a long time. I'm guessing somebody's going to roll a natural 20. I'm calling it right now. It's going to happen. I know it's going to happen.
Nope.
No. No. Those are all good rolls. Good. I got all the good rolls out of the way. Now I can.
I got a 10.
I-
so
Yeah. Well, I mean, a 10's not a bad roll. I mean, that's the on the upper half of rolling. I mean, and then you add a modifier to that, of which you guys have some obscenely good modifiers at level 3.
Isn't 10
Um,
10 anyway? I mean,
Well, that's not a good roll.
I was
because
trying to
Roar
get
is
an
a
extra roll.
15.
He's no longer Bob. I just keep thinking of the minion. Anyhow, I'm going to stop getting sidetracked. Oh, look, a bird. Speaking of birds, no, we'll deal with that later.
To be honest with you guys, if we want to hide the possibility that we could be associated with this murder, burning the place wouldn't be a bad option, I guess.
You're supposed to be the reasonable one of the group.
I am being
Yeah.
reasonable
I
here.
was going to say he's being reasonable.
But then
I
we
want-
could have been seen
we don't
when
get the finger
when the
pointed
house
at
went up in flames, and that could get us blamed more. 'Cause we don't know if somebody is hiding around here.
That's true.
So I think that might be riskier. I'd rather, be able to defend that we weren't, the ones who killed him, and that, Landon is on our side or whatever.
I'm
Tanner's on our side.
as a priest of Kismia and Jinx, I'm not sure if we're lucky or if the joke's been played on us, because we did go into the house, track all our footprints in mud everywhere, and rummage through everything as if we were looking for something. Yeah, it doesn't.
Funeral pyre, right?
I didn't do any of that. I was doing the worm everywhere I went in the house.
Right.
I'm sorry, but that's not what your character would do. Can I give you anti-inspiration?
Yes, you
No,
can.
but
You're the
you can give me
GM.
no inspiration.
And the
This is
knife
common.
that killed the person.
Can I take away one of your GUI rewards for that?
I don't think so. Not by the Geneva Convention.
All right. So we have a motion on the table to burn the place down to cover your tracks, as it were.
Or votes no.
I've seen
The
too
other-
much fire.
The
No, I
other
say no.
option, I do have prestidigitation. I can remove all of our footprints from the entirety of the room.
There's a plan
Wait,
like that.
okay, so his friend is here, right? We can give her proper funeral, clean the
Yep.
place. Yeah.
Yep.
We have a
Yes, we
witness,
can.
and we're respecting the corpse.
Do you want to go outside in the fog and dig a grave?
There's gators or crocs.
Is that what we heard?
Not going to feed him to a croc. Jeez.
It's actually
Circle of
catagators and
life.
crocofrogs, but it's
Yeah,
just
croc of frogs.
There's a frogagator, though, maybe.
that's a new one. You need to turn that one in. We have catagators and crocofrogs. I like frogagator.
What about catafrogs?
Catafrog, yeah.
What was this about not getting diverted off the main storyline here?
Oh, look.
Plural.
Oh, look, a different subject.
So what are you doing?
I vote for the prestidigitation.
Yeah, I vote for giving him a funeral and cleaning the place top to bottom.
We give him a funeral tomorrow, perhaps out in the bog.
Yep.
Okay.
Why don't we talk to
We
his
could-
friend?
Yeah, we could suggest that and see if Tanner thinks that's a good plan.
Absolutely.
By the way, question: did we actually look at the footprints that were mentioned in the description?
Yeah. We looked
I
for
don't
any
remember you
sign.
looking at it. Yeah. I mean, you kind of inspected as much as you possibly could at this point.
Right, there just wasn't any sign, really. Is what Casey stonewalled us. Might want to change it now that you asked them.
Well, it's like, was it a size 9? Size 3? Size...
What are you trying to glean from the
13?
footprints? Just Fleeg.
I just want to make sure that we didn't see like human booted footprints versus like gnolls.
Okay. Yeah. No. They weren't. They weren't animal prints. They were, or, non-booted prints. They were obviously made of shoes of various sizes.
Okay. As long as they're not gnome sized, I'm good with that.
It said various.
Just say they're size 9 so I could say follow those size 9s.
Gnome sized? Well, I mean, it depends. I mean, how much do we want to get into the etymology of what size gnome shoes would be?
Or stereotype them.
No, size 9. From the man with one red shoe. Follow those
Is
size
that how that
9s.
works? I maybe I haven't read that. So yeah, no. That's the answer to that question. So what are you doing?
So does Tanner think it's a good idea for us to give him a proper burial and then clean the place so that...
Absolutely.
Okay.
Does he think we should bury him deeper in the bog, like away from here in the daylight, or just outside? I mean,
well,
have
you
a
guys look
thought.
outside, and the fog is thicker than pea green soup at this point. You stick your hand out in it, and you can't even hardly see your hand. So his response to that is, "Are you going to try and bury something in this?"
Nope.
So I
does
think
he
he
think we should?
kind of persuades you of why don't we spend the night at this point, potentially here, and because we ain't getting over to the shack at this point, and in the morning we can dig a grave.
Yeah, I think that's a
Does
good
he-
idea.
Does he only believe or endorse digging a grave as opposed to burying him in the bog, like in the water, like a fisherman kind of sailor sort of thing, maybe?
His concern about that is there are things that live in the water that would probably eat the body, and he feels like that's disrespectful. So it would be better to go ahead and bury him in the bog as opposed to,
Gotcha.
drop him in the water and let the catagators and the crocofrogs and the frogacrocs and the catafrogs and the
Catagators.
wackabago and the other things eat him. So
Amphibitators.
amphibitators, yes. So
Those are plant-based.
and considering
catafrog.
the amount of time that it's going to take to clean the place, you're going to be
Yeah.
here until morning anyway. So good chance getting a long rest at this point. So what do you want to do?
Yeah, because I can clean 1 cubic foot at a time with prestidigitation. So
That's going to take a while, considering the amount of splatter and pools of blood
one
and
cubic foot, just so you know.
1 cubic foot. Yes, I know, but still, it's not a big cabin, but it's definitely there's a lot of blood.
How many round foots is that?
I don't know. I'm not going to go down that road anymore. I'm tired. Yeah. Okay, so you guys, you're setting about cleaning.
Hmm.
Mhm. Okay,
I
straightening
suggest
up.
we put some people on. Since I can cast it's a cantrip, so I can cast it multiple times. Just
Hmm.
go go go. Um,
If you can't pronounce it, you can't cast it.
Prestidigitation.
Can you say prestidigitation?
I knew
So we
you
clean,
could.
we clean from the back of the cabin towards the door, and you keep casting that spell until we're out the door. The
Pretty
dead
much,
body.
it removes all the dirt and soil from a 1 cubic foot area as I go. So
It's magical
Okay.
to me.
Very
it is.
nice.
Cubic foot even gets the air.
Yep, exactly.
All
So
right.
it'll take me a while, but we'll need some people to keep an eye out. I can go ahead and forego the long rest if a couple other people want to take a long rest so that we have some people who are fresh and ready to go. But we'll definitely need some people keeping an eye out to make sure somebody doesn't try to sneak in on us.
Since I'm not a caster and I'm at 50 out of 54, I don't need the long rest. I still got all my hit dice.
Okay. Yeah, I'm at 22 out of 23, so I'm okay.
All right. So, anybody else have any thoughts about what they're going to do for? I mean, it is going to take the better part of the night to get this stuff cleaned up.
Yeah.
Which means essentially you guys have been. Trying to remember the timeline at this point because you guys didn't stay. Did you stay in the inn, or you finished up, got into your rooms, got everything packed up, and then left to see Tanner, right?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there
So
was
you
no
guys haven't rested since you were on the road,
Since right before we got to town, yeah.
since right before you got to town. Yeah.
Oh
So
yeah, thank you.
that means it's going to be a long haul. So I mean, just for the fact of fatigue from it
Mhm.
just being a long day and everything like that, it's going to be a long night. So you guys want to consider that.
That's one of the reasons I'm saying everybody else should definitely take turns doing watch and take turns doing a long rest. I'm willing to take that fatigue to make sure that we don't have
Okay.
anything to worry about in the morning.
Okay.
Or volunteers to rest or watch.
Okay.
Not clean.
Everyone should get a long rest, but you can take a watch during your long rest. It's allowed. So
All right. So cleaning and straightening up through the night. You make it to morning with everybody having the chance to rest. It wasn't a very comfortable rest. It was very damp and icky. Um, there wasn't a whole lot of place to rest, and there was noise and other things that were going on from, you shifting around in the room. So I'm going to determine it this way. You guys got through the night. You even had a chance to take a little bit of a sit down before just a pale light begins to illuminate from dawn. Um, uh, Kenna, you're going to have a level of exhaustion.
okay,
Okay. Until you get a chance to actually take a
an actual rest. Yep.
an actual rest. Yeah. But the fog, though not as thick because of the light, is still quite thick. So think of it as kind of a dreary, foggy day where everything's just kind of gray. And you cannot see the water of the boat from the front door of the house, but you can see, 5, 6 feet in front of you to get to a point to where, you could find a place near the house to bury the body and all and gather around that. Um, Everybody else, I'll give you the you did not get a quote unquote long rest. Your night was too
Uncomfortable.
restless, uncomfortable. But I'll give you the chance to use hit die if you want, as if you took a short rest. So if you want to use those kind of things, you can. But as far as spell recharging and stuff, though, I don't really know of anybody who has used any spells since your last long rest, to tell you the truth.
Nope.
So, but you can be honest about that with me. By the way, I didn't really publicly state this, but none of your rolls were good enough for anything in particular. So there you go. Anyhow,
No reward.
no rewards. But that's okay. The reward is we're having fun, right? Please tell me we're having fun. I'm having
Yes,
fun.
Guns.
Okay, good. Yeah, good. I needed that reassurance. Thank you. So after I lay the smack down and say, guess what? You tried to take a long rest, but you didn't get a long rest. Anyhow,
Does it recharge items? Like is Ember's
anything
medallion
that
recharged
anything
in
that
the blue
yeah
stone?
anything that recharges at dawn the next day will have recharged. Yes. Um. Uh. 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 What's your name? Kimber. Bob. You keep changing your name. Um. um. And stop rolling a 1.
Yeah.
You you need to pray. If you want.
A lot
But
of praying, yes.
and anybody else who needs to do any morning preparations needs to take care of that. But regardless of that, it's the next morning. It's there's a slight drizzle in the air. It's probably more from just the fog surrounding you. It's just very damp. It's not cold, surprisingly, even though it is winter time. But you noticed when you headed down out of the off the road into the bog area, the bog itself just tends to keep things kind of warm, so it's more swampy than anything. But it's damp, it's a little chilly, um, it's uncomfortable. It's the ground is soft, but that's kind of a blessing because it feels like it would be fairly easy for you to be able to dig a grave at this point. So
I'll let someone else dig the grave. I'm already exhausted.
it's probably a good idea. Actually, Trandon grabs the shovel and goes over and starts digging. Not Trandon,
Or I'll
Tanner.
help, and he
Tanner.
looks
I was
at
Tanner.
the
gonna. I
stone.
was gonna
Trandon
say.
is
Sorry.
animate, yeah.
We have
Wow.
a necromancer in the party.
Where's the
Yeah.
Leave your own grave, buddy.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Okay. So yes, that's what happens. So he starts digging the grave. Not I don't know, maybe a couple dozen feet from the house, finds an area under a couple of bog trees that seems like a nice enough place to lay somebody to rest. Starts digging. What else are you all doing?
Can Gror find some stones for the grave?
Okay.
It's probably
Yeah,
pretty
you can
rare in a
find
bog,
you
but
can. Yeah, it's not too bad. You're kind of poking around the area around near the house, and being able to find some here and there. Okay, what's Fleegan doing?
I'm just going to keep an eye out for those catagators.
Okay.
Well,
Okay,
get the body
catagators.
ready. I'll get the body ready to be buried.
Okay, preparation of body.
I'll nap.
Okay, so Kenna's taking a bit of a snooze. Are you laying down inside or?
Yeah, probably right near
Yeah.
the door.
Okay. Billy is just kind of following Gror around, sniffing at the things he's doing while he's gathering. Kemper, what are you doing?
Roy was actually trying to follow Billy, but
Oh.
we'll go with your way. We'll do yours.
Billy's
That's
following
right.
you around.
You guys can follow each other. Just chase your tails.
Kimber's going
What's-
to be asking, thanking Kismia first, of course, that we have survived the many perils that we have come across, but also asking Kismia that may our luck change in the things that we encounter and hurry us on our way to rescuing the children that have been taken. And, things like that, just kind of summing it up, that trying to be thankful, although there's not a lot to be thankful for, so that's rather difficult.
Okay.
At least we got Billy back.
Mm-hmm. Yep, for sure. That is something to be thankful for. The blessings in life. Okay, so you guys managed to find the rocks, prep the body, dig the grave, lay the body in the grave. Do you say words?
Is there enough stone, or is there just stone enough maybe to cover it, or?
There wouldn't be enough rocks to be able to cover the body. You would probably want to, lay the dirt back over the body. And then you can use rocks to kind of lay on top of it, but it wouldn't cover the entire grave. No, you probably found a handful of rocks. You guys hold any sort of service or anything like that?
Yeah, I think we should definitely. That's right up Kimber's alley.
Okay. Well, we let him say some words. You guys gather around. Ken, are you still sleeping in the house?
No, I'll roust for the service.
I can't remember his name, but I'll thank the heavens for this man and the friends that he keeps about him, for they seem decent. And I give Tanner kind of a look and nod, and I say he wished to help us, and somewhere along the way others had interfered with his goodness, and I can't help but feel that we are responsible and will seek justice and bring down Jinx's wrath upon their souls, and may they suffer in the hell's fire. But for this man, may he live as he always has, a simple life, and love the land and enjoy things forevermore. Okay, I got a little dark there, but I couldn't help it.
Well, I think it was well said, so good job. Roll a d20 for me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lucky 7.
Sometimes when you have a 571 modifier, things can be a little big, but so you guys are all kind of finishing the moment of silence associated with the quietness and the stillness after
I'm assuming
says
Fleegan
his
has
words.
the dagger of Jinx now.
I don't know the answer to that. I don't think that was decided.
It was not decided, and as much as I would like to have the dagger, I don't think I want to walk around with a incriminating piece of evidence.
We're the
Nobody
only
knows
ones-
it was used except for us.
And the people
Probably
that
true.
actually did it.
And the people that actually did it.
Yes.
Doesn't our handbook say Theros has to hold all of like the evidence against us?
Is that how that works?
I will be
As
happy
leader.
to hold on to dagger and therefore keep it out of sight.
And say the person that can hide it the best should be the one that has
Yeah.
it. But it is our troops, and I'd really like to keep it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not throwing it into the bog or anything like that, that's for sure.
Right.
In fact, if we can use that to put it into the heart of the bastard that betrayed us.
Ooh, I like it.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Oh, I like that. Vengeance is sweet.
Craving
So
And
it-
served with a dagger.
During the quiet stillness, after Kimber speaks his words, and you all, out of respect, take a moment for silence and everything. The silence is broken by a low whistle. And you were all intent upon the service and not really kind of keeping a wary ear out and everything like that. But you all of a sudden notice you hear stirring from about you, even though the fog is still quite thick. And from out of the fog emerges a figure, an unsavory looking figure. Now that was quite touching. He's got a little stubble and everything. The smell of alcohol very prominently wafts from the just a very slight breeze of the bog. He says, but y'all couldn't leave well enough alone now, could you, Bloodus? You had to go poking your big noses around where they don't done belong.
Do we recognize this guy?
No.
Okay.
Says, but I think it's gonna cost you. Get 'em, boys! And from out of the fog, from all sides, you find yourselves surrounded by a number of individuals with weapons branded. They get the jump on you. I'm going to have everybody roll initiative, but I'm going to let them go at the top of this initiative round. Okay?
That's a lot of guys.
Don't suppose you have any handouts.
No. I don't have any handouts.
We need
So,
art. More art.
make sure that you select your token before you roll your initiative if you haven't done that yet.
I raised my AC because we were using hit dice when we were rested, you said?
You can if you want to, yes. Just make sure you keep track of that.
And you thought the high rolls were done. And then comes the flea.
Yeah, I told you there was going to be one here pretty soon.
Just flee.
Just flee.
Just
Just the flea.
Daffley. I like that.
all right.
The
Duffley.
flea.
Well, I'd like to
The
thank you
flea.
for not making us have to go find you.
Come on. There we go. Is that the same? Yeah, it's the same. Okay, good. Okay, so we're gonna do this. There you go. Why did it do that?
Well, now we know his name's Chur.
That's
why
not a
did
name,
it
it's
do
just
that?
something you do.
So we want this one. Hang on just a second. Really?
Did you guys notice they all look alike?
They're all brothers.
They're all inbred.
First and second cousins.
And
Hang on a second.
Brother and sister?
Don't look like any of the sisters made it.
No, they're the ones with the beards.
I was going to go for the ones with the helmets, but okay.
All right. We're just gonna leave it as that, and we're just gonna go with that. Okay. So we'll do that. Wow. You know what? They rolled pretty well anyway. Okay. So we're gonna... There we go. Okay. So these guys are gonna go first this time. Well, no, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. Okay. All right. So, here we go. We're gonna start up here, and that one right there is going to attack Fleegan. And they all have short swords and daggers in each of their hands. And they are going to start wailing on you guys here. No. Swung the wrong thing. Here we go. Why didn't that swing? There it is. Okay. So he swings his short sword and misses. Stabs with his dagger and misses. All right. This one right here is going after Fleegan. He's going to swing with his short sword and miss, and stab with his dagger and miss. Wow. Okay.
Not having a problem with these rolls.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
This one right here is going after Kenna. Swing with his short sword and miss.
Mm-hmm.
Stab with his dagger and miss.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Yep. This one right
Good question.
here.
Where's the
Yeah.
leader? Where's the leader? Is he in this group? Or is he behind them? The guy that came out.
The guy who
and
came
talked.
out who was talking to you?
Chur, supposedly Chur, I suppose.
Yeah, this guy right here is the leader. Okay.
By me, huh?
All right. So this guy right here is going after Theros and swinging his short sword. Swinging his short sword. I think a 20 will hit, right?
That hits.
Yeah, 3 piercing damage. And then stabbing with his dagger and missing. So in piercing, Graxel doesn't defend against that. This guy right here is going to swing his short sword at Theros and miss. And his dagger, stab and miss. And then this guy right here is going after Theros. Gang tackling the big dude. Swinging his short sword and miss. Stabbing with his dagger and hitting for 3 piercing damage. Okay. This guy right here is going after Gror. Swinging with his short sword and missing. Stagging with his dagger and stabbing you in the kidney. For a crit, that's going to be 7 piercing damage. And stabbing you in the kidney, doing a little bit more damage, which is going to be that was the dagger, right?
Yes.
Hey,
Okay.
Casey? Because I take another 6 because that dagger is 16. The wagon wheel shield only gives me a 16 against piercing.
Oh, okay. All right. So take that damage that you see up there. Thank you for being honest.
Yep.
And then, you take an extra 1 damage there, Gror. This one right here is going after Gror for a slash. 17 does not hit you, right? No, it doesn't. You have a 19. Okay. And a dagger misses. This one right here is going after Kimber with a short sword. Miss and his dagger. Does 17 hit you? Yes, it does.
I'll do warding flare.
Warding flare. That means he has to roll a saving throw, right? Or no, he just
It's like disadvantage.
Gets disadvantage.
That's disadvantage.
That's 12.
Okay, so you warding flare and he misses. All right, this one right here, and that's 1 reaction.
Yeah,
So you can only do that once per turn.
Cannot do it again, sadly.
Yeah, this guy right here is going after Kimber.
Oh,
20 hits for 4 piercing damage. Dagger misses. All right. And then, did that one go after you already, Kenna?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. I guess that's all of them. So, Fleegan, you're up.
Yes. I'm trying to decide.
Stab lots.
Kill them all.
I will go ahead and I will go ahead and stab. Because why not? So I will stab this guy right here.
Which one? Ping him again.
This guy right here.
Okay. All right.
Or gal. I'm not sure which.
That
There's some
individual.
gals. There's some gals in here.
I have so many different attacks. I have to remember which one's which. 15.
15 is going to hit.
Please make
I
a
see.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
and 7 damage.
No, that's not a very good Constitution saving throw.
Ooh, yeah, that sucked.
All right, so they were blooded, bleeding.
And well, here goes sneak attack. We'll see if that if he survives after that. Hopefully not. My sneak attack disappeared. Used to be a button.
Yeah, I noticed all of our macro buttons are gone. Roll
Yeah, they've been
20 did
making
some
some
updates.
changes, yeah.
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 Most of which have been good, but it has made a few problems.
All right. I have to do it the old-fashioned way.
All right. Sneak attack.
11 more points of damage.
11. How do you get 11?
Because I get 2d6.
He gets 2d6
Oh,
at
because
third
you're
level.
yeah. Okay, well, yeah. Fleegan at this point is so proficient at using his dagger. He just slaughters this guy. All right.
I guess that means this guy here, I'm going to stab with my offhand.
He's like, next.
Take that.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
3.
3 points of damage. All right. Okay. So he stabs the one guy sneakily to death and then flips around and snags the other guy. All right. That's all of your moves. I mean, you can move, but you don't have a bonus action to be able to disengage, run out of the way like stupid little rogues can do.
That's right.
All right, Kenna, you're up.
Okay. I am going to step here because reasons. And then I am going to... Well, because I have 1 level of exhaustion, I have disadvantage on all rolls. So here goes. Sword of Speed. I'm going to stab this guy first. Does a 13 hit?
Yes.
8 slashing.
8 slashing. All right. Okay.
And then I do not have an offhand weapon because I used both hands with that, so I do not have a bonus action, so no Well, I don't have a weapon in my offhand to make a second attack, so that is my attack for the round.
All right, Grover, you're up. Grover.
Sorry, I didn't realize I was muted. The bluestone literally says for long rest powers. Is it reset?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I follow what you're saying, but in my opinion, that should be dawn.
So I'm going to restore everybody this turn once, just because we got a few nicks. Yes, right now. And then I act still. That doesn't really tell me anything about what kind of action it is. The stone.
Using the stone, I believe, is an action. It probably says
just
as an action. As an action.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is an action. So that's a full action.
Full action then. Okay.
Yeah.
Make sure that's what I want to do. Is only one of them down.
There'll be another one down soon.
If I do action surge, I can take an additional action. So I guess I'll my action surge now too. That I can have an attack and then heal everybody.
Okay.
And I will attack the one closer to Kimber that attacked me, the south one.
Okay. That one right there. It's going to be that one right there. Yep.
Yeah, and I'm using one hand because I was using a shield.
Okay.
I think this is the one-hand one.
Is Billy going to go on Grore's turn too? I don't see initiative for him.
Oh, yeah, we forgot to do that. Yeah, Billy will go on Grore's turn.
No, that's a very good roll.
A 12 is going to hit.
They're not wearing much, are they?
You got to click right below the 12 in the chat where it says battle. There you go. 13 slashing damage. Yes, yeah. What's the 13 slashing damage?
The magic number is 12 with 13 slashing damage.
So he action surges, basically goes into a fighter mini rage, whips out his battle axe, slashes the guy through the throat, and as he's going, turns around and casts the heel out of the stone. How much does everybody get?
I hold the stone aloft, and everybody is going to get 1d8 plus 3. And
so roll a d8.
Just make a random roll.
Roll a 1d8 plus 3.
Setting that up. I have to take out plus 571, so it takes a moment.
Yeah.
All right, everybody heals 6.
Since I was only down 1, I'm good.
All right, so Groer, go ahead and Groer, you can run Billy if you want.
Have him open. Honest. Being Billy. Billy has no extra abilities or something that would allow him to move away from somebody, right?
He's not engaged with anybody, so he could at this point he's not engaged with anybody, so he could theoretically move away, yes. And
He's not really in a very protected spot.
I mean, he could move away. You know, he could turn around and run in. I mean, in theory, he's got 40 feet of movement. He could move away 40 feet, turn around, and run back in 20, or move away 20 feet, turn back around and run back in and do a ram for 20 feet at this point because nobody attacked him.
1, 2. Is each square 5 feet or 10 feet?
5 feet.
But if he goes past the guy on his end and then south and back across, he can get diagonal from Gror and attack the guy to the east of Gror.
Mm-hmm.
And that way, at least he can be protected. So that kind of a path.
So he's attacking this guy?
That guy kind of above him now.
Yeah, he's ramming him. Okay. All right, so go ahead and roll the ram with charge. Just click on it. There you go. So an 8. So he turns around and tries to ram into that guy, and the guy sees him coming and jumps out of the way at the last minute.
What a chicken.
What a chicken. All right.
Jerk.
Theros, you're up.
Rage.
Of course you're going to rage.
And you said this is the leader guy?
That was the one who spoke to you guys, yeah.
Yeah, he's dead. All right, we're going to go relentless attack and gain advantage.
Yeah, that works.
That was 14.
That was a pain in the grax.
The pain in the grass. Huh? All right. Graxel took a big bite out of the guy, but he doesn't go down, but he's hurt pretty good.
Next turn. Next turn.
Yeah.
Look
All right.
at him menacingly.
All right. And that was with 2 hands?
Yeah,
So,
that's,
yeah,
I mean...
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess you raged and did all of that. Okay, Kimber, you're up.
We need to
All
do
right.
2 more damage.
How
for
far
rage.
is the guy above Fleegan from me?
15 feet.
15 feet.
Oh, okay, so we're using these as 5 squares?
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold my symbol aloft and use my Radiant Dawn. Burst of light takes all the shadows out of every corner and hits them with all radiant damage.
Nice.
Constitution save. There is one saving grace for the GM, if you want me to tell you. If they have total cover from me, then they're not affected.
No one has total cover from you.
Is that 30 feet, or what is
Yeah,
that?
it's 30 feet, yeah.
30 feet.
So it's pretty nice.
So what does it do again? I'm sorry.
They're going to take 2d10 plus my level and damage. They get a Constitution saving throw, and they take half if they make their con save, which I guess is my DC, which is 14, I believe.
All right.
14.
Okay. So they need to make Constitution saving throws. All right, I'll start with this guy up here. Fail. How much damage does he take?
Let me roll it.
Eight, huh? Ah! All right. This guy doesn't matter if he fails or passes. He's going to die. Sorry, Theros, you don't get a chance. He made it anyway, but he takes half damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you get to see his face burn.
Yeah. He burns. It's not that they have to have like an evil alignment or anything like that, right?
It
They
doesn't
just
say that. Yeah, it just says my enemies.
Your enemies. Okay. It's your
Jeez,
enemy. Hey, he
it
succeeds.
burns!
So he takes 4. Alright, this guy succeeds, so he's going to take 4. Why couldn't I roll those attack rolls?
I know. Wow, I'm glad you didn't.
So
This
am I.
guy fails. He's going to take 8. This guy really fails. He's going to take...
He take double.
No.
Nice try.
I placed the
That's
holy
8.
symbol on his forehead.
This one is going to fail and die.
Yay.
Die a horrible, miserable death. This guy right here is going to succeed and take 4 damage. All right. I think I got everybody. Yep, I got everybody. All right,
Mhm.
Kember. So, that was a spell as an action.
Yeah,
Anything else?
that's a full-on action, and I look at them and I say, "Thank you for not making us have to find you."
Right. Okay. So, Tanner is not much of a fighter. He's kind of cowering, hiding behind Theros at this point. So, Fleegan, you're up.
Woo-hoo! I said woo-hoo!
Tanner has
I
a
will
large
stab him.
barbarian as a shield.
With my primary dagger, my serrated dagger.
Isn't that the best kind?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I prefer it.
Does a 13 hit?
Which guy? The guy above you?
Yeah, that guy.
That guy right there? Yeah, that hits. He's
One more
dead.
bleeding.
Darn, I want somebody to bleed. The serrated dagger has this bleeding, but I've yet to actually really cause anybody to bleed with it. This guy gets offhand.
Okay. That's gonna miss.
No. Oh. All right, that's me.
Oh,
Well,
he's
doesn't
gonna
he?
make you pay for that. What's that?
Doesn't he have advantage because I'm flanking? Oh, you don't use that. Sorry.
I don't use flanking. Yeah.
Sorry. I don't
That's my-
either, but one of my game masters does. So
Yeah, I don't. All right. It's a bit much in my opinion, especially
Yeah, no,
if
I
Fleegan
concur.
already has sneak attack on top of all of that.
Mhm.
All right. Fleegan, short sword. 15 hit? No. No. Yes, it does. 15 does hit. 4 piercing damage, Fleegan,
Curses.
from the short sword, and then the dagger is going to stab you for another 10 piercing. No, 6 piercing damage. The extra 4 was for the second roller. Wow, he did 10 points of damage to you. I told you were going to pay for that,
Yes.
he says. He has a couple of teeth missing with a very maniacal grin as he says so. All right, this guy right here is going after Theros. He is going to slash with a short sword and miss. Stab with his dagger and miss. This one right here, it was going after Theros, or not Theros, Gror, because the other 2 that were going after Theros are now dead.
Hey.
So Gror misses with his short sword, stabs with his dagger, so 3 points of damage. This one right here is going after Kimber with a short sword and fumbles.
Woohoo!
What happens? Okay, apparently he's marked, so they find you marked, is the best I can understand that. All right, so that's that one right there. And then this one right here is going to go after Kimber with a short sword and miss, and his dagger, and stab you for 3 points of piercing damage, Kimber.
I will
Bastage.
use my. Wait, let me.
You're going to warding flare on that. All right, so
Yeah,
that's going
because
to
it's good.
miss.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, this one right here already went after Fliggin, and I guess that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So, Kenna.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and stabby the guy between me and Fleegan. I don't think a 7's going to hit.
Considering that's a fumble, no.
Oh, damn, that is a fumble. Oh, okay. Hold on.
Oh, ouch.
Oh, Jesus.
Number bad.
I'm tired.
You're
I'm
you are
exhausted.
you're exhausted. You used up all of your strength on the last move, and you find you,
Oh, shoot, I didn't mean to roll 3 times. Sorry. That last
yeah,
one's
that's
not.
fine. Yeah, so something in your eye. Melee attack only does half damage the remainder of the encounter, and then as a free action, the guy standing in front of you gets to attack you. Um, um, so
If he would like to as
you're
his reaction, yes.
yeah, you're finding yourself quite exhausted after, and you thought you were up for this, and so you kind of left everything on the table
Mm-hmm.
on your last attack. As you spin around, some mud gets kicked up into your eye, causing you to swing wildly, which brushes against the guy, and as a twitchy reaction, he has a nasty backswing at you. Um,
That
but
will miss.
he's because you're behind him. He's unable to connect with that at this point, and you find yourself just dragging. At this point, like you're panting and you're breathing quite hard. So yeah, there you go.
Okay. Because of my spell dancer ability, he still does not get into. Well, he's already used his reaction, so I'm
Yeah.
actually going to disengage and move back over here
Okay.
because I'm like try to wipe or wash the mud out of my face.
Okay, that works. All right, Gror, you're up.
So, do I have to fight the guy to my right?
You
Or
can
do I
fight
have to
anybody you
attack the
want
guy
to.
below Kimber because of him being marked?
It does say we will try to hit him unless we would take an attack of opportunity to do so.
Yeah, which you would take an attack of opportunity to do as such. So, well, I guess, well, yeah, you probably would at this point. So, no, attack the guy in front of you.
Okay, I just wasn't really sure where the
Yeah.
line was.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So attacking gentleman to east. Well, not gentleman.
That guy.
Back.
That's going to hit. Of course, that's going to hit. Swings with his battle axe. And that is going to cut that guy down. Wow. Okay.
Fall down, go boom.
Anything else?
Move now
You can move if you
because
want.
there's
Yep.
nobody engaged now. I
Yep.
guess technically.
Yep. You can move.
Well, I will
You can.
begin the dwarven dance.
That's what I thought. Yeah. I was about
I
ready to
will
say you can dwarven stomp
the guy
him.
I just killed. I do that with the guy above him. That's fine, right? And then I can.
Yeah, that's fine.
The guy I killed earlier. And then I can yell and say, "Billy, ram them!"
And who's Billy gonna ram?
He is going to ram one that is marked because he follows the rules.
Okay, that
He
one right
runs
there.
off.
He'll have
So
advantage.
he's gonna run around and go spam.
Side roar,
Okay.
and then butts this guy right in his gonad.
Okay.
Watch this. Watch. What's the gonad roll?
Let's see. Does he hit him in the gonads? No, he fumbles.
Oh god.
I thought he has
It might be-
advantage because of
might be-
the critical.
Does he have advantage because of that?
Because of the fumble.
Easy
Melee
crit.
weapon attack, reach 5 feet, one
Nope.
target,
No.
bludgeoning
Nope.
damage.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
He fumbles.
That's a miss.
Going
Stomp
out.
your
We might
foes
have
and
got
smash their
fumbled.
bones. That's what Billy
That
Goat
ground is
likes.
kind of slimy, and Billy gets out, turns, runs away, gets a running start, and goes to run after him, and slips and falls down in the mud, and just kind of skids in the mud. So there you go.
Need to check a chart roll for him?
No,
Or no?
not at this point. No, I just kind of made that one up on the fly. So, all right.
He's
So
a
that's
beloved
it.
mascot, so he gets special treatment.
Yeah. All right. So
He
Theros, you're
also
up.
is sure-footed, though, too.
That's true. We're going to remove this one's head.
Okay.
Again, relentlessly. Or recklessly, I should say.
Relentlessly, you're going to remove his head recklessly.
Oh, yep.
You're gonna almost hit
15
Timber
hit?
and give him a worse
Do you-
haircut.
And it's with disadvantage, right?
It's with advantage. With
It's
reckless.
with advantage.
Yeah, I
Oh,
go.
reckless gives you advantage. You just do less damage.
No,
They have
they
advantage.
get advantage against me, too.
Oh, he has advantage against him and everything like that. Of course you do. Okay, yeah. Go ahead and take his head off. Off with his head. No, it's not off with his head. It's close.
Oh. Just one under. I just don't get 2d6 additional damage.
All right. Anything else?
I look at him menacingly. Like, you're about to die.
Yeah, you see he starts looking back absolutely terrified. All right,
That's what I
Amber, you're up.
usually see.
Alright,
A
looking
lot.
like a good battle cleric. I have my shield up and my mace out, and I'll smash that one that the dwarf and goat are not engaging.
Okay.
People don't get to say that phrase.
Yeah, it's not something you usually hear.
You have to go after this one, actually.
Oh yeah, that's what for
He's marked.
Yeah,
You
he's
can
marked, so
stomp
you had to
on
go
him
after him.
after
Yeah.
he's felled.
I have a feeling that he's going to squish the guy.
Ooh.
Yeah, that mace
And
does turns him into a bloody mess. So you can stomp on him if you want to, of course. So,
Or
And
you
now
can be
that-
a good cleric and not.
my question is
well-
that does that spell persist into the next round?
The Radiant
Or is it-
Dawn?
Yeah,
No, it's like a burst.
it's just a one shot.
But
Okay.
It's an instant.
it dispels like darkness and stuff, and then of course,
Yeah.
burns them.
Oh, did that burn off the fog?
No, not really.
Okay. Just checking.
No, it was a good thought though.
The fog is supernatural.
Okay. Anything else, Kimber?
No, I feel pretty good with that. Of course, I didn't get to stomp him, so I'm a bit sad.
Fog is
Okay.
natural, but like superly so.
Okay. All right. Let me put a. You guys need to take 5. I need to help my wife with something real quick.
Sure.
I will be right back. Okay.
Are you Super Lee selling?
I am Super Lee.
Oh, well, there we go. Resolved.
So, who will be making it to Genghis Khan in February?
I plan to. I'm also going to be attending Adepticon in Chicago in March. Or May.
Cool.
May. It's a big miniatures convention, so.
I was trying to figure out how to make it to SuperCon, but my airport has no flights going anywhere near SuperCon. I mean, unless I want to drive up from Omaha.
What's SuperCon?
It's the next convention, I guess. Gooey Cube's going to is SuperCon
Oh, okay.
in Sioux Falls.
Oh, Sioux. Yeah, Sioux Falls, South
Pecan.
Dakota. Yep. I grew up in a small town in South Dakota, so.
Yeah, I was sad to find out there's no flights that go there because I was trying to get to Colorado, but that wasn't working out because the SuperCon had that coming up.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Silence
Super
of the gods.
silence.
Okay, what's going on with the football player getting a hot air gun to the rear?
What?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on in that picture.
That's in response to your holy flame. They're trying to put him out.
I don't care how much this guy was running. I don't know if that ever quite qualifies. Meaning I'm assuming it's a cold gun.
It looks like he's got like a muscle spasm or something.
Oh
the,
yeah,
Yeah, that's a
the
cold gun. For sure.
yeah. It uses
liquid nitrogen.
dry ice or liquid nitrogen to produce cooling.
I don't know why
He
you would
probably
use
has like
that.
a muscle spasm of the gluteus maximus.
That is
or he was
one. That
violated
is
with
one
something kind of
Maximus
standard.
Maximus cramp.
All I have to say is that poor guy in the blue. It's like, what is your job? Well, I'm on the football team. Yes, I go around and I shoot people in the butt with a cold gun.
This might not have been soccer, and it could have been Quidditch, and we might not know where his broom is right now. That could have
Oh,
Sure, that is not a Quidditch uniform.
I don't know about that.
You don't know what they wear in some place. I mean, it says
The
gaming
poor
on his
people
arm.
watching on YouTube have no idea what we're talking about.
no, I
Excuse me,
switched
sir.
over to it.
You did switch over to it.
I
So you're
did.
tormenting them. Thank you very much, Chris.
Well played. Well played.
I'm not sure played is the right term.
I'm going with a Quidditch injury, though, just to be able to sleep at night.
What's sleep? Had that in a long time. There's a name I've not heard in some time.
Or they'll fix that
Long time.
So it was strange seeing somebody compare Game of Thrones with Lord of the Rings because they were like,
As they do not compare.
yeah, like Game of Thrones. I don't remember what the quote said, but it was something like, "This person eats your children," and then Game of Thrones is like, "Oh, so and so hurt their foot. Let's go over and sing to them." I don't know, weird comparisons.
All I know is the Lord of the Rings so far, Rings of Power has been really good. And the Game of Thrones prequel has been lackluster at best.
I'm liking them both, but I think it's because I have both. You know what I mean? It's like I've got one that's like dark and gruesome and has dragons with fire, and then I got another one with like adventure and odd characters and mystery. So it's like, I guess because I have both of them, I'm liking both of them, but I see what you mean. If you take one by itself and critique it, then yeah, I see.
I just don't think that there's one decent actress in the Game of Thrones, in my opinion, and the rest of them.
I don't watch Game of Thrones, but I haven't heard anybody say anything bad about it until today. I also had not heard anybody say anything good about Lord of the Rings.
Oh, it's
Rings of Power.
let's put it
I
this
heard
way:
bad things about it.
$58 million per episode, and you can see exactly where it went because it went into all the amazing special effects and stuff. So,
The CG.
yep,
I didn't hear any complaints about special effects.
and the physical effects and stuff too.
So I have definitely, because I joined a bunch of different sites trying to sell my collectibles and stuff, and I got these Lord of the Rings sites, although I did sell my cards, so I don't have them no more. But yeah, I was really surprised to see some of the banter on there back and forth of people that really like it, and then people coming along and saying how much they hate it, and it was like, and then hearing why, and it was just like, wow, I totally get it, but it's like the original Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. Sure, I I'd read one of the books, and then I listened to the other ones on audio, so I got an idea of what wasn't in the movies. But
Yep.
I kind of had to suck it up and be like, I'm just happy I'm able to see this. You
Yep.
know, it's I don't know. So I
Chris,
don't
Sorry,
know.
guys.
Did I?
you haven't
Maybe I
read The Lord of the
sold
Rings?
out.
Sorry about that, guys.
Oh, it's all good. We were talking about stuff and getting in trouble because we're being recorded.
Oh, yeah. All right, so we're back up at the top here. Fleegan, you're up.
All right. Fleegan's going to do what Fleegan does. Stab the guy in front of him.
The guy
Unless
who
there's
gave
no
you
one
the
in front of
evil,
him.
the evil sneer.
Well, he hurt me. That was not very nice. Very rude.
Oh, yeah. The only time Fleegan doesn't stab the one in front of him is when there's not one in front of him. Then he throws a knife at someone.
Maybe I should have thrown the knife at him.
So did you have advantage? You didn't?
No, I
No,
don't think
okay.
so.
Yeah, that's gonna miss.
All right, we'll try the other dagger because this +1 dagger is not working.
That'll hit.
That. And take 3 points of damage because somebody ran away, so I can't get sneak attack.
Sorry.
Not to bitch or moan or anything, but
Yeah, I was gonna.
But
I
I'm
was
going to
gonna
bitch and
say.
moan.
I was gonna say Tanner doesn't really count because Tanner's not really fighting. He's hiding behind Theros.
he's too far away.
In theory.
He's counter. Yeah.
In theory.
the corner.
I mean, if you really analyze it. All right, it's their turn. Okay. So.
Does a mosquito count?
Only if he's trained.
Go right here. You didn't attack him, did you, Kimber?
No,
I
I
didn't think
thought
so.
I attacked him, but no, I ended up attacking the other guy and killing him,
Yeah.
and then I moved over
'Cause he was
while you were
marked.
away.
And then you moved over.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
the
okay.
mark.
Yeah.
Thanks,
He
Mark.
says something to the effect of, screw this, I don't get paid enough for this kind of thing. And he goes running off, and splashes into the water. He goes running down towards the boat, splashes into the water, and starts swimming away out into the deep pond. This one is apparently a homicidal maniac and is very, very happy about his chances of stabbing Fleegan again. So he's going to go after Fleegan. Why did that go away? There it is.
Good luck, you fool.
All right. Yeah, he's got all the luck in the world.
Damn.
Ouch.
8 damage with his sword on Fleegan. And then he's going to follow up with his dagger. And he put so much effort into his sword that his dagger doesn't quite connect. But he sure felt that one go in. And he's real excited about that as he draws blood. This guy right here is bound and determined to take a pound of flesh out of Theros with Theros's white buggy eyes. But cannot do it with a short sword, but he can do it with his dagger. So 5 points of damage to Theros as he plunges the dagger into Theros, cutting him significantly in that case. And I guess the only other one was the guy who ran and jumped in the water. So. Okay, that means it's Kenneth.
2 damage,
Kenneth's
right?
turn. What's that?
I'm raging. I only take 2 damage.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
There's a guy to Fleegan's left. Did we get him?
This guy right here? No, Fleegan missed him. Okay. So,
I
Kenny,
did
you're up.
3 damage. I hit him once.
Okay.
Oh, that's true. You did hit him with your other hand.
Give me 1 second here. Just taking a look at something. I noticed something when they made a change that they changed something that I needed not to be changed. Okay. All right, so the one that's like, screw this, I'm out of here. I don't want him getting away to report to anyone. So I am going to put 3 magic missiles in his back.
Okay, just as you do that, you miss him because they hit the water as something grabs him and pulls him under the water, and he goes down under the
Oh.
water. And every once in a while, within the seconds intervening after that, you see hands and arms poke up out of the water, thrashing as you see a giant tail thrash around
Got
in
it.
the water. Something got him.
Okay.
And and then you hear him at some point. He's able to get his head above water enough to scream, "It's got me!"
Can I redirect those, or
Sure.
let me go ahead and put them into the one on Fleegan.
Okay. Oh, I thought you were going to redirect him to the thing that was swimming. That
Oh
was
God,
catching
no.
him.
No, it can have that snack.
Okay.
So that's going to be 12 points of force damage.
What does 12 points of force damage do to something?
Cause it to fall apart in a very messy way.
Have you seen The Boys?
Oh man.
No, actually, I have not. So,
Well, okay, you would know what I'm talking about if you have. Okay, anything else?
no, that will be the extent of my.
All right. Grower, you're up.
Okay, well, is one guy, I guess, left, so I will move next to Tanner and command Billy to follow me and save Tanner! Hop at him.
Wow. He's got some sweet old rolls there. Goodness gracious.
Oh, but the damage is going lower the
damage,
higher
yeah.
I roll.
That's all right. They were pretty well hurt. So, you smack that guy. Does Billy still try and ram him?
He's still alive. If he's
Lord.
dead, he wouldn't.
Oh, he's dead. He's very much dead.
Oh, look over, Gordon. I
He'll come
didn't
stomp on
kill
him.
one. I injured 2 of them, but I didn't get to kill them.
Oh, Billy went underneath him. That might be a problem.
We can change
Well,
that. There.
Okay, and then
Billy's on top of him now.
continue to stomp, and he'll go this way, then this way, then this way. He'll give Kimber a
And
high five.
There's thrashing and gurgling and screaming in the water as our friend down here is getting munched on by something. Our not friend, but
I was gonna cast
Of
whole
course, those-
person on him.
Should we save him for interrogation?
I don't think there's
What?
any way to do that at this
Well,
point.
why would that be worth it? Gorgeous says the swamp has joined our cause. It has taken one down as well.
Let's go. Yeah, he's gone. Okay.
Gror says, friend Tanner, do you know any of these varlets?
Why am I? Oh, there it is. That's okay. Okay. Well, I've seen some of them, these round town, but never really had much associations with them. They are. So we talk about we were talking about Zephyrin Sure and his gang. Some of these, I believe, working for them.
Well,
We've eliminated 9 of his people. The swamp, the 10th.
oh no, they were lost in the swamp. We never saw them.
I mean, I'm trying to
There's
keep the tally.
there's something in the swamp that would gladly dispose of them for you, I'm sure.
Yeah, let's start chucking them that way.
Oh yeah, feed that thing. I don't care what it is. Give it a snack.
Put them in the disposal unit over there. And
So you're throwing the bodies in the water.
We're taking out the garbage.
the bodies hit the water. Let the bodies hit the water.
Yeah.
You
Later
gotta
on, we
loot 'em
see all
first.
these crocs that have huge bellies.
They're all like, "Thanks, guys."
Well, we might be making
Yeah.
a friend. Who knows?
So you see, so as you're throwing them in the water, you see Where did it go? Here, hang on just a second.
We'll
Actually,
search.
wait. Maybe before
Let's
we
search
start
for.
chucking them, maybe we should
Yeah.
search them. Yeah.
Yeah, search.
Drag them over there, search them, then chuck them.
Mm-hmm.
You see, there you go. That's what the thing in the water looks like. That's having
Oh,
some nice snacks.
Yeah, that's
Isn't that what the mayor said? Ate her poodle or something?
Yes.
I don't know. That's one of those meta things. But it would fit the description.
Just remember her saying Hell's Cat or something.
Yeah.
Hell's Cat is something different.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yep.
I don't remember Hell's Cat. I remember
Yeah.
Hell's Cat.
We are surrounded by thick fog too, so we probably, if there is anybody that was watching this scene, waiting to see what would happen, we don't know if they're there, so we might want to listen.
Where's
Give me a
Think
perception
Look.
check there, Kimber.
Yeah.
Give me a perception check.
And he's wise.
He is wise.
Unlike some of us who are just wise asses, it's
More fun.
Kimber looks around, and the fog is starting to lift a little bit. It's there's still quite a bit. You can't see. You can see out into the pond now. You can probably see out to about 50 feet. But you see up in a tree, maybe right near the edge of the fog and everything like that. You see that raven or bird that's seems to keep showing up and appearing now and again, sitting there watching you, and it gives you a mad caw and then gets up and flies away.
really hate that thing.
Is there any chance to strike it down?
You can try and
I
take a
don't have-
shot if you want to.
I don't have any magic missiles left.
Gorsh got a good shot with his bow.
I want to use guiding bolt.
You can use guiding bolt.
Yeah, it's a first level spell, but it's pretty awesome.
Is that a saving throw that I have to make?
It's a 160-foot range.
Roll to hit,
a
not
creature
save.
of choice within range.
Roll to hit. Okay. All right. So make an attack roll with it for me.
Okay. I'm looking for it. There it is.
That was a nice shot. You singed its feathers, and it squawks and gives you a cuss and everything like that as it swerves around and flies away. But you see that you winged it for ironic bit of words.
Unintended.
Intended, yes. So, all right. So you guys managed to dispose of the bodies, clean up the scene of carnage.
Did they have loot?
Bury the thing. You did ask me about that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Clues.
You got to get the loot.
Yeah,
He's all
each
about
one-
the loot.
Yeah.
I'm all about that loot. That loot.
Yeah.
No, stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
Just a second here. Let me check something real quick. Okay. Where did they go? Where did they go?
Where did they go, George?
Okay, that one
That
doesn't
away.
work. Okay. Is that the same as that? Okay.
Well, he's looking that up as an aside.
Alright,
I don't
found
know if
it,
you
yeah.
guys heard or not, but I had actually broken my finger and it was in a splint for 8 weeks. That was entertaining.
Ouch.
Well, I didn't
Uh,
break my finger. I tore the tendon free from
Ligaments.
the bone. It's all better now.
They go in and staple it.
Nope, they didn't have to, thank goodness. 8 weeks in a splint. That was all it took. So
All right. Aged leather armor, rusty short sword, old dagger, bent half flask full of butcher moonshine, and each one of them would be holding a pouch, and together, they would average, 3 golds and 4 silves each. So that's except for the one that got eaten, got away. 1, 2,
Yeah, not
3,
going after
4,
that one.
5, 6, 7. So 7 times 3 golds and 7 times 4 silves total.
Aren't there 9 total though?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, one of them's underneath that 8. Okay, one was underneath
One's under
Billy there.
Grower, one's under Billy. Yeah.
One's under Grower too. Okay, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 times 3 golds and 9 times 4 silves. And I'll let you guys deal with that real quick.
27.
And I will be right back.
I'm gonna add that to the party loot, guys, because it's not a lot, and we're running a little thin on party cash. 4 times 9, that's 37 silves. So that gives us a grand total of 43 silver in the party fund. Just for visibility, so you guys know. That's what we
good.
have in the party funds after collecting this.
Money. We need to kill, maim, destroy, and then arson more.
No, that's not a good idea.
Lee, are we down cash because we paid their boss too much?
No, we're down cash mostly because I paid for our rooms and food at the inn.
Okay, I thought we had a lot from the ogres that was in the.
Split that up. We split that. We split that. So that's actually, you should have your portion of that on your character sheet.
I mean, I'm carrying quite a bit of money myself, personally. That's just party gold, right?
Yeah, that's just the party fund. So for paying
for how much
in rooms.
It was share wise?
I don't. We split that a while ago. So.
All right, I'm
In the
back.
chat somewhere.
But yeah, so that's the party funds that we have available as of this encounter now. So.
Well, okay. So the fog itself is starting to work towards burning off as the sun begins to rise a little bit after that encounter. Tanner has the look of someone who's just seen a major impressive sight, because he thought he was going to be dead when he saw all of those guys jump out and attack you all, but somehow you surprise him by showing your ability to fairly masterfully dispatch of them, especially with the magic coming out of Kenna's fingers and whatever Kimber did when he prayed, and all of a sudden they all start getting nailed with holy fire and all of that. So at this point, he's a bit starstruck. Is
Gore,
for lack of a better term.
Wounds too.
Yeah, that's true. The fighter was healing everybody, so whatever was happening was quite impressive. So he's just kind of dumbstruck at this point. What do you guys want to do?
I will pull out the small wooden box that has 12 short cigars in it and be like, anyone want one? As I put one in my mouth. Tanner?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, quite. Can I have 2 of those, please?
Kimber takes one.
Okay.
One for later.
I'll do one.
Okay, we each take one, light them up, and I'll let Tanner take a second one.
Much obliged.
Where does not wish one.
Okay.
All right. So you guys are enjoying puffing on cigars as the fog continues to burn off.
Mm-hmm.
And even to the point to where the rising sun starts to break through the clouds, and it starts to clear up. What would you all like to do?
Kimber's wondering if Gore has a secret stash of his special drink still on him somewhere, or is it all gone?
He says he did not bring it. He talks about it kind of like it doesn't really matter.
I give him a big ol' hug anyways, because even if he doesn't miss it, I sure do.
Accepts a hug, but does not return one.
So we have the Bog Witch and the Landry's house. And
I would
could go
suggest
back
that
to
we.
town.
Which one's closer, Tanner? Landry House or where the Bog Witch is?
I'm sorry, say it again.
Which one is closer to where we
Landry House
currently
is
are?
closer.
Okay.
The Bog Witch is farther, but Landry House is on the way there, basically.
Then I would suggest that we.
I would like some healing, please. Pretty please. Just a tad bit. I do have a massive gash on the side of my.
I've got him, Quimber.
I did heal you already.
That was before I got hit.
Yeah. I got him. There you go.
Thank you.
That good?
All right.
21 out of 30.
I have that amulet. I think has maybe one charge on it, but I could use it.
What? We'll just wait
Okay.
until we get in combat again.
Oh, I didn't roll after a rest though. I'm assuming it still would have got its charges back, even though we didn't get a good rest.
Yeah, Casey did
Yeah.
say that.
Yeah.
Was going to happen.
So yeah, I'll use one of those on you.
So can I answer your question what they said?
Yep. Got it. Then I would suggest that we go to the Landry House first and then go from there.
Should ask Tanner too if he thinks it's a good idea. Just see what his reaction is.
Well, I seem to think that at this point, with these folks seeming to know that you were here and what was going on, not sure I want to leave the company a real safekeeping. So if it is your desire to go to the Landry House, I can take you there, and I'm gonna stay with you. I'm not a little worried about
Understood.
everything else.
We appreciate that and would like to protect you. Is
Much
Zebron
obliged. Much
sure?
obliged.
Zebron sure involved in the Landry House at all, or known to be associated with it?
With the Landrys, he's been around long enough, and they've been around long enough. I think he would know who the Landrys are. But as far as him having associations with them, I have no clue.
What do we want to do with the butcher's equipment? Do we want to take it just a little farther into the bog and drop it in the swamp somewhere? Or
Oh, I just say we throw it into the
I'm-
bog with
No,
the.
I think we go and throw them in the house.
No,
equipment? I don't know about that either. I was thinking
we
about
don't
that, and I
put
was
in
like,
his house.
I
Put
just
it
don't
in the
think we want
house.
them to
Frame
find
them
it
for
anywhere
it.
nearby. No.
I'm thinking we frame them for it. If anyone were to come along and suspect something, we'll put some of the butcher's stuff in there. Break a couple of swords and put in there, make it look like a battle.
Problem with that is there's no victim or anything anymore now.
Yeah,
Just
but
the
everyone
area.
knows this is Trendon's house, right? So if we make it look like was a battle here, who's the one that caused the problem?
Oh, and they
The
probably
Yeah,
butchers.
left a
but we
lot.
might just be giving Zebron Sure an excuse to say, I'm in, tried to save him, but the murderer also killed these people and their equipment, was left in this house.
Yeah.
Like we're
I
giving
s-
them something. I don't think we
I
should give
say
them
we just
anything.
throw it in the bog with the bodies. So
I
the
agree. I mean,
croc-gators or whatever they are will take care of them. Gators.
it's just that so many bodies. I was thinking we want to take equipment farther away, but okay, leave their equipment on them.
Pretty
See
sure
that.
whatever. I mean, if you throw a sword in the bog, it's going to sink to the bottom. Unless somebody goes in there looking for it, they'll never see it.
Right.
They'll never find it in this thing.
Nope, not without getting eaten.
Or smashes the flask with his axe so that it'll sink, and then possibly float. So there's not that left to be found.
Poke holes in them. Yep.
I could do a group heal if you guys would want.
I'm
Okay,
I'm
so-
full.
Good idea.
I'm
I
full.
could use a little bit of healing, but I'll survive. I got another rage in me.
Okay, so that's a no. Right, I have a charge on the amulet if somebody wants it.
I think
I'm
at
not
this
down
point
a
we're
lot.
pretty good.
I'm down like 11 out of like 20%, maybe, I guess. Maybe I should take a heal.
All right. Oops, I clicked on the wrong thing.
As long as you're giving out hugs. So
They're warming hugs.
that's better. Thank you, Kimber. And your gods.
Okay, so I guess we're heading to the Landry house. What was it that we learned about the Landrys that we needed to know? Their daughter became pregnant
They're,
from Hanataz, disappeared.
yeah, right. They're a rich old family, and then they stayed in their house. And
Are
aren't
they
really,
are they dead? Or are they still there?
by what I got, unless Casey wants to correct it, everyone assumes they're still there, but they just stay in their house. So they're not seen, if I understood Casey right.
What Tanner said is that after the loss of their daughter, they went into a hermit state of funk and started drinking heavily.
Okay.
And so, I mean, they would see them every once in a while to come into town to buy, food and liquor, and then leave and go back, and so they pretty much just fell into a funk, and they were not social anymore at that point. So, any other questions?
I'm just curious why we would need to go there if they're a couple of drunkards that don't care about their daughter who was pregnant from a Hanataz. I don't know why we would go there.
The clue that we found in the house, murder scene, a scrap of paper, mentions the Tanner house.
Mentions the Landry house.
Landry
Oh,
house, sorry,
right,
yeah.
right.
Yeah. I just gave it to Tanner, apparently. Get that again. Can you make that pop up, Casey, for everybody?
Yeah, just a second.
It's handout number 21.
I like when you show it to everybody at once. It always makes me impressed.
Like that.
Wow. Magic.
It's magic. It's magic. All right. So what are you guys doing? You're heading to the Landry house?
Yeah, something about this, the note said something about them investigating the house further. So there must be something there. We should probably go take a look.
Okay. So that's what you guys are doing?
I agree. It
Let's do
seems
it.
like they were looking for something and they thought maybe it could have been in that area. Does Tanner know anything about what the note's referring to at all, or have any guesses?
No, not at all. No, he's as confused as you are about it. All right, that's what we're doing.
It looks
What
like
we're
it.
doing.
All right, so y'all go down into the boat. You get into the boat, a little nervous about the the monster in the pond. So trying to be very careful that you're not dragging your feet in the water or getting close to the water or anything as you get into the boat.
Just remember, we gave
and
you a snack.
Yeah, which is probably a good offering, to be perfectly honest. You all head off with Tanner into the bog. He takes you around the way and spend probably the better part of the next, I would say 45 minutes or so, kind of winding and waving through, uh, through the waterways of the bog. Nothing, uh, nothing exciting happens as you do go through these spaces. Um, Everybody, give me a perception check, please.
As usual, I don't see a thing.
Kember's quite certain that he thinks that he sees something that's of consequence, but Theros was moving around and actually rocked the boat quite a bit, which almost knocked Kember into the water. And at that very moment, and because of the hubbub of what was going on and the fear of falling in and getting eaten by something, Kember completely forgets what it was that he thought that he might have seen. Way to go, Kenobi. All right. So after spending, like I said, the better part of 45 minutes, you guys come upon what Tanner says, this is the place. But he's somewhat surprised, as judging by its rough appearance, this two-story home looks abandoned. The wood is cracked and peeling, and many of the windows are broken or missing panes. And a covered deck shields the porch, where the front door appears to dangle from its hinges. There is no sign of life present, and the place gives off an eerie feeling that raises the hair on the back of your necks. And he says, well, this is strange, because I don't believe that, well, the Landry's have been here for some time, and even though, they've kind of gone into a state of mourning, they can't imagine them leaving their house in this much of a disrepair. I mean, it doesn't even look like it used to, from what I remember the last time I was out this way. And I would assume it would be in some sense of disrepair, but if they weren't doing much, but it just almost looks like there's nobody here.
Well, I suggest we be very careful then.
By your description, Casey, though, it sounded like it probably had been abandoned for a longer time. Like years, maybe?
Well, I mean,
how's the grass,
maybe.
Like, is it...
Oh, the grass is it's all weeds and stuff coming up from the bog. I mean, there's
super high, like it hasn't been
mowed. Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's holes in the wall, the door's broken in, the windows are broken, shingles are missing off the roof.
Yeah,
that assumption isn't just like days or maybe even weeks, though, or months, perhaps even.
Seems as if it's been quite some time. I mean, could have been months or even years.
Tanner, can you think back? Do you know the last time you saw the Landrys in town?
quite sure. I reckon. Been quite some time. Maybe. Wait, now that you mention it, maybe I haven't been out this way in quite a long time. I don't usually come fishing out here. I could have been more than a year, if not more. Yeah, could have been more than a year.
Okay.
Looks like it's been dilapidated for longer than a year.
Yeah. Of course, it is in a swamp,
Well,
so that can
I would
definitely.
say if you leave things unattended in these parts, they tend to go sideways pretty darn fast.
Yep.
I don't know if we showed Tanner that scrap of paper, but does he recognize the handwriting? That or the other one that mentions Roland?
Everland.
Roland?
I wouldn't say I'm one that would be remembering and studying handwriting to know that I would recognize any writing.
That's what I figured anyway. But
Never hurts to ask.
Perhaps we should check and see if there's any foul play. Maybe there's bodies inside.
definitely, I agree. We should go around the perimeter first, though.
Definitely.
Okay.
Sure that we're.
Maybe we should split up.
Anna, you go right, and the rest of us will go left.
I don't know about that, Fred.
Make sure you go hide in that shack full of chainsaws.
I'm pretty sure since Billy follows Groar around, that makes Groar shaggy. So
Like for sure, dude.
Does
So
that
you
make
guys,
crappy?
I'm going to stay with Tanner towards the front of the house if anyone wants to circle around, just to keep an eye on the front and make sure nothing happens to Tanner while they're circling.
I'll go
I
look
can hang
around.
out in front since I was his shield. I'll hang out with you.
Okay.
And the rest of us just go all the way around the perimeter once.
I think that's not a bad option.
Counterclockwise. That's what
I
they
don't-
won't expect. They won't expect counterclockwise.
Or, as my English friends say, anti-clockwise.
there is that.
What do the English know about the language? Come on.
They don't speak Merkin.
America. Right. The trees in the grown up foliage and stuff around here is pretty thick, and so the it just casts kind of a dark shadow on everything, even in the light of day. Just so you know. I'm gonna move you. You guys circle around the house, and you don't see anything of consequence. I'm not even gonna make you roll for that. Let me move you to another map here. There you go. You all on the new map?
New
Front of
map
the
in it.
house. Okay, and you're
Oh,
there
yeah.
in front of the house there. All right.
There is
Okay.
a black area to the right, the map, and white area in the middle.
I'm assuming that's multiple floors.
Could be, yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, as you guys move around the house here, I'm moving around. You guys can see around, or at least Kimber can see around as I'm moving him around, right?
I can't see the map. Yet.
There's
Yes, as you move us around. Yeah.
Yep, I saw it.
if you zoom out.
Is there a well or any other buildings?
There's a well around the back of the house. Back side of the house.
We should take a look at the well either way, because then we should have an idea of how they're getting water frequently, if at all. Maybe if it's like poisonous looking or stagnant, then we have like a idea of long.
Well, the well is full. I mean, it's full all the way up to the level of the that the bog would be, groundwater level. So which is not very far, down. But considering the ground filters it, that's where they get their fresh water instead of having to go out into the bog and pull water out of the bog.
I don't know if you've ever seen bogs. You don't want to pull water out of the bog.
So
you can avoid it. No, I agree. Is the well well constructed? Well constructed.
Well.
It's got
Well,
a lot
there's
of
always-
it's got a
There's
lot
this-
of weeds and stuff growing on it. I mean, some of the brush and everything that's grown up has grown up around it as well.
Probably.
And
no signs really of anybody
and-
going to it recently either.
No, not at all. In fact, yeah, that stands out that as you guys are kind of walking around, there's not really, if people were going back out to the well or anything like that, you would think there would be a trail or footprints or something like that, or even, trampled weeds and stuff. And there's not really. I mean, you're just having to work your way through the weeds, which are pretty high.
That's what Grover was thinking, that should be at least the easiest place to tell if anybody's been there.
Not bad. That's good thinking.
About the water inside of it, does it smell or anything, or seem?
No, the water's clean.
Okay.
I mean, there's obviously, it's standing water, and so mosquito larvae and stuff have started to kind of form in that, for what it's worth.
Yeah, well, we should probably be done there then, I guess, and finish our circuit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would suggest we move into the house and see what's going on, see if we can find anything, see if we can find us any signs of life.
Do we see any other ways into the house than the front?
Other than the front door, no. There's windows around the sides and the back of the house. Some of the windows are, broken and stuff like that. You can even peer in, and it's just looks like dark space there on the main floor. Looks like one big room, but it's hard. It's really kind of hard to see because the windows themselves, even though there's some broken and things like that, they're not letting in a whole lot of light. There's some curtains on a couple of the windows, and where they're broken and stuff, where they're not broken, they're kind of dirty and smudged. So there's not a lot of light coming in, so it's kind of hard to see inside.
Obviously, there's no light
But
source
all the-
inside.
Right. And all the damage still seems kind of natural for the most part, like wear and maybe, some rocks thrown or something like that. There's nothing that
Aside
seems
from the
like-
broken windows, it seems just from lack of use and disrepair. Why the windows are broken is unclear at this point.
But if we look up at the second floor, or maybe if there's an attic area above that, do we see anything up in there?
From down on the ground floor or whatever, it's kind of hard to tell. I mean, you'd have to find your way up to the second floor to figure out what's going on.
Any holes in the roof, obvious, or something like that?
It looks like there's some holes in the sideboard, kind of up on the second floor and the front floor area, but up on the roof, there's none that you can see of from your vantage point. But if there are, it's hard to tell.
Since it looks like we're going to venture inside, I'll cast light on my shield.
Okay.
And since I forgot to do it earlier, I will put mage armor on myself.
Is there a chimney or chimneys? Are they still intact?
Yeah, there is, and yeah, they're still intact.
Everything's probably covered in lichen and
Yeah.
moss at this point.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and vines and stuff growing up the house.
This still kind of means maybe somebody's still in there, like like they would have had a
Possible.
source of heat or whatever, at least.
We can knock and announce ourselves if you would feel more comfortable that way.
I mean, if we go in the front door, we're obviously going in the way that would be most easily or commonly defended.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if somebody knew a gnome or somebody, we could get them to go in the window, approach that front door from inside.
Or,
unlock it.
since the front door is hanging off of its hinges, we could just holler inside and see if anybody comes out.
That's how I trapped my house. Is I have my front door hanging off the hinges, and if you
Oh, okay.
That
I
how that
see.
works.
Yeah. So I'm just saying.
Well, I think you're probably the only genius mastermind here, so I think we.
Well, think of this. Theros will just walk in.
Yep.
All right. Grower will
I'll
be
follow.
well behind. Bring band-aids.
That's the front door there.
That's the front door right there.
Oh,
Yes.
I'll just step in.
All right. So you guys step inside the
Keep on
the
stepping.
room there, and the the lower floor of this forsaken house consists of a single room, combining a living area with a kitchen, with a stairway ascended to the southwest corner. But the place itself is in complete disarray. There's broken furniture that lies strewn across the floor, and the kitchen drawers have all been dumped out, leaving silverware, cooking utensils, and a few dented pots and pans scattered about. But it seems it has been some months, if not longer, since the destruction occurred, because there's a layer of dust that covers everything.
Are there any tracks or footprints in
Give
the
me a
dust?
perception check, please.
Would that be
Hell.
survival for tracking?
Let me help you look for that, Kenna.
Perception.
Yeah. Yeah. There's definitely disturbances in the dust upon the floor heading up the stairs. Footprints that indicate someone or someones have been here more recently.
Okay.
What kind of disturbance?
Read.
You get any idea from what we know? Prints dragging anything?
I want to tell everyone, hey, there's definitely been somebody here. Be on your guard.
Yeah, the from just the disturbance in the dust and stuff, whether it doesn't look like dragged, but definitely since
it look
everything
like it
else is
came
covered in a
in-
layer of dust.
Does it look like somebody came in and then left, or does it look like somebody came in and is still here?
Give me a survival check, please.
Okay.
Also,
this will be.
Kimber's making sure Billy's with Grower where Billy's supposed to be, and that Tanner is with us, not just hanging out in the boat, because I'd be afraid he'd take off.
Yeah.
We should.
Also-
I mean, he wants to be with us anyway, but we should kind of trap him in the
Safe.
middle of us. Easily
Trap him.
protect him again.
How about shield him from all sides instead of
Trap, shield,
Sure,
kind of
trap.
the same difference.
All
We're
right.
talking
Okay,
about
yeah,
a guy
so-
trying to run away. I mean, trapped.
Okay, see, that's at disadvantage because of exhaustion, so that is
I
only
see
a
that.
6.
Yeah. Okay.
The other one
Okay.
would have been with
Mhm.
normal because the perception would have been with normal because of Grower's assistance.
Assistance.
All right. The yeah, your survival check doesn't really indicate, whether somebody's
Okay.
come or gone or this or that. It's just that it's been disturbed, and you see that
So I will
a
let
small-
everyone know there could still be someone here.
as you're looking around and inspecting, you notice there that under the stairs a small closet has been opened and emptied of its contents.
Okay.
The path that we thought we detected went upstairs. Is that
Yes.
right?
Yes.
I think we should look at the closet.
And I'll
Obviously,
guard the
guard the stairway.
stairs.
I
And
would
what
like
is
to
Theros
see if
doing with the
there's anything
stairs?
Valuable.
Guarding them.
Scattered.
Should someone come down it, I will destroy them.
Okay. All right. You can position yourself there. Fleegan, what were you saying?
I want to see if there's anything valuable left over thrown throughout the room that's been
Yeah.
scattered.
You pick around to see if there's anything that you can find that's valuable. And really the silverware is not worth much of anything. It's quite tarnished and in some cases rusty. And the pots and pans are more or less dented or bent or something like that, as if something or someone came in here and just kind of ransacked the place.
I want to ask Tanner if he sees anything in here that looks unusual to him. symbols on the walls or anything out of place that seems weird.
Anything to do with the butchers, like that.
I ain't never been in the house before, the big house here. I mean, I'm seeing nothing that would be familiar to me, but seems as if somebody came in here and done something with the old man Landry and his wife. I'm a little concerned at this point. I mean, Trannon and then this. I don't know what's going on. I mean, could have it been Shona and Feinsel. I mean, they say that they murdered old Doc, but maybe
I seriously doubt they did.
I don't know. I don't know. Rory, you said you were checking out the closet.
Yeah, I'm interested in the closet.
Yeah.
Kind of cautiously approach it, obviously, in case something is lurking there. Billy behind me. That's about it.
Okay. Yeah, so you approach the closet and you kind of look around and you see that there were some clothes and stuff that were it was used as a there was a clothes rod in there, and there were some jackets and other things in there, obviously, and they've been pulled out and thrown upon the floor.
Are they men's clothes, women's clothes?
Both. I mean coats. They weren't necessarily gender specific clothes. It was would have been cloaks or coats. At one time they would have been somewhat decent, but at this point covered in dirt and soil.
Is there a shelf or anything up above in the closet?
There is a shelf, and there's nothing that you can tell that's on the shelf. Do you want to go in and look a little closer?
I'm gonna see if I can get Booty Mc pants. Again,
Only Flea?
he's
Just
looking
Flea?
for stuff of worth, and I say, "Hey, Fleegan, come here. I think there's a shelf in this closet." While I'm waiting for him, I'll use my axe to kind of drag some of the jackets out of the room, out of the closet into the room.
Okay. Fleegan, do you go into the closet?
What? You can't pull stuff out of a closet?
It's kind of way up there. Here. Go ahead. I'll give you a boost.
You're taller than me.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I'll make you really tall. You can get to the shelf.
I don't... dwarves. So I'll go over there.
And if they had anything good, they'd be hiding it from gnomes up on that shelf.
Do they have any
You could
artwork
have just
for the
asked
room?
this 7-foot tall, monster over there.
He's guarding us all right now. Doing something important, including protecting Tanner.
I'm going to very quietly approach the stairs and
Okay.
head up very quietly.
What artwork there would have been or may have been is scattered and smashed upon the floor. I mean, nothing of consequence.
Oh, I meant gooey artwork of the room.
Oh, that no.
Okay.
No handout.
Oh.
Gooey artwork looks like vandalism.
All right, so Fleegan, you go into the closet to try and inspect the shelf.
Somebody's going to boost me up, aren't you?
Well, honestly, it's really not that high.
It's up on my shoulders.
Yeah. But as you're doing that,
for principle's sake.
I feel like Gror was trying to put you in harm's way. He's using the Fleegan shield, right?
Yeah.
Is that the case? Yeah. You happen to know
is an unfounded claim.
Yeah. No.
Present that.
True, nonetheless.
Why would I give somebody a boost that's in danger? That would put me in danger.
I don't know. It's fortuitous. I mean, you were reading the future, right? You happen to notice as he's lifting you up to boost you up to see if there's anything up on the shelf, that there's not something on the shelf, but as you boost up, you kind of see that that it looks as if some sort of a concealed door or something inside the closet has come slightly loose or warped or open or something like that, because you see a seam in the back there of the closet.
Well, of course, I will reach over and try to open it.
Push you up higher so you can get on the
Well, it
shelf.
looks like you actually, as you look a little bit closer, you're not necessarily finding a way to open the door, but you do find a keyhole.
Oh, hey, don't we have a key with an L on it?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, give me a key with an L on it.
Give me an L.
With a key.
Do you use the key with an L on it?
The only other
In the
option is to
keyhole?
have Thorough smash it with his face.
Well,
fist.
My only
So-
problem
Don't
is
you have lock picks?
No, keys are so much.
Did the
easier.
Just
key
give
with
him the key.
the
Jiminy.
key with the L go up the steps with Kenna is my only question.
No, I don't
Okay.
have it.
Well,
Besides, I'm just approaching the stairs very quietly, so I'm
All
still
right. Well,
on
you
them.
somehow you have the key. So you use the key to open the concealed door, revealing a small area behind the closet. Apparently, it's been undisturbed by whomever ransacked the house. And inside, there is a shelf that's short enough for you to be able to see what's sitting on the shelf. There are 5 canning jars that sit on the shelves, each containing a different denomination of coin, and there are quite a bit of them in each jar. And beside that rests a well-made stained and finished wooden box.
Hey, kidder, come here. I got more loot for the party.
Okay.
And I'll start handing down the coins, the jars of coins.
Fleet, check it for traps first.
Well, the jars
Just
aren't
take it.
trapped. The box might be trapped. The jars aren't.
Exactly. I'm talking about the box. The jars are.
Yeah.
Knows how long they've been in here too.
Ooh,
Quite a
look
bit.
at all that.
For a later, review.
Yeah.
Um,
I'll count it later. So
Some nuts
Um,
and lats and lex.
Did you check for traps, or did you just grab the box?
I'll just grab the
Before we left.
All right. So he grabs the box. It just looks like there's a latch that's closing the box.
I will climb down from top of Mount Groor and take the box, flip it at 180, and open it towards him and see what is it.
Grows left the area once you lifted the box without checking for traps.
Yeah. So there's a box open up in your hand pointing towards Gror.
And he ran away.
And he ran away.
Who
What's in it,
bravely
Billy?
ran away.
brave Sir Gror. He bravely
Yeah.
ran away.
Boxes kill people every day.
I'll shine my shield light into it and get closer.
Okay. You get a little closer. Inside, you see that there is a hand-knitted doll with button eyes, a pink blanket, a locket with a girl's image painted inside, and Ophelia engraved on the back, and also what appears to be a diary.
Ah,
I say it looks clear of traps, Fleegan. It looks like it's for you.
yeah, he likes balls and right.
I'm flipping around.
His-
I
his-
think Vizzy would like this if we ever find her.
Hmm.
It is a cute doll. It doesn't have a sinister feel like the bear did, just so you know.
That's good. The box fit in the haversack.
Well,
Probably.
wait, there's a diary.
There's a diary, so I'm going to pick up the diary and
Let's see if we can get the story straight on what we've been
see
told.
what it says. Yeah.
All right.
Start
The
reading out loud because I'm nosy.
the diary tells much about the life of Ophelia, who is the daughter of the Landrys, so Ophelia Landry. Talks about how she grew up, her friendships with Ellis and Derpid as children. I don't believe you guys met Ellis or Derpid yet in the town. Her experiences in the area. Most of the contents of the journal are fairly mundane and boring, but the last few pages in the journal speak of her falling for a quote most handsome shizit with red horns and a charming smile. It mentions a gambler he is, and he has won my heart. The diary goes on to describe the great deal of time she and her lover spent together getting to see his wagon and meeting the rest of the troop. She describes several of the members, but only a few are named. One is named Calnasse, one is named Cray, another Strem, and another Anton. And a latter page tells that a child has gone missing and that the Hanatas are being blamed for the kidnapping. And then another page says that while a search party was looking for the child, Ophelia's mother, Bridget, discovered Ophelia with her lover and chased him away. The Hanatas were then run out of town, and sometime later, Ophelia found that she was with child. And the last few pages speak to her despondency and plans to leave the town. And the last page says that after receiving a letter from her love, she intends to run away before her pregnancy makes it impossible to travel. And the last words in the diary are, quote, Mama, Papa, I love you so, but I must be with him. Forgive me for leaving this way. And then as you flip that last page, a folded note in the back of the book falls out. And I'm assuming out of curiosity, you guys open up the note, and this is what you find. And I shall read it for you. My heart for you does ever beat, dearest Ophelia. This place where things do go to die is not fit for one so deserving of a place. You, like a spring flower, are breathtaking and so out of place. I fear for you that if you there remain, so there will you ever lie. So I beg of you, my truest love, to with me come, and many places meet. Together, hand in hand, we shall forever remain. For even in my life, that is filled with chance and ruled by luck, I know but one certain thing. My love is only for you. And it is signed Gladsby.
The Great Clasby.
Clasby was from our troop, wasn't he?
Yeah, all the names in there are
Yeah.
from our troop.
It's our troop.
That's what I thought. That's our troop that they're talking about.
And the Great Clasby is in charge of the gambling tents. He's the guy that looks almost
Right.
like the devil.
He was-
What?
Smokes a
Isn't he the
cigar.
traitor or something? Like
No, he
the-
was the
No,
gambler.
he wasn't a traitor.
Oh, he was the gambler.
No, you guys
What's the
found him
guy's-
dead. You
Yeah,
guys found him
he's-
dead.
Very dead.
Did
Yeah.
we
What was
have
the traitor
anyone
guy's
named
name?
Ophelia in our troop?
No, you guys do not recognize that name at all.
Okay,
What child was close to Clasby, though?
none.
Clasby was quite advanced in years. You didn't know how old he was, but he was, he was one of the Bonduran. He was,
Yeah, I was
he
gonna say
wasn't
he
an
was.
old guy. He wasn't an
he-
old guy, but he was
like
your
middle-aged.
parents, if not older than your parents' age. Yeah.
Right.
So
How long ago did Ophelia run away?
Are there any
Tanner?
dates in the book?
You asked Tanner.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been quite some years. Probably, gosh, what's it been now? Maybe 20 or more years?
She would have been in her late 30s, mid 30s at this point.
Is there anyone in our troop just thinking about it that would have fit this description? That she probably changed her name, right?
But
That was not necessarily, you know,
Yeah,
Hanatas.
as you think about it, you're really trying to put your mind to it. Just a plain, just a yeah, human female, maybe in their 30s. You don't know of anybody that was close to Clasby as far as female companionship goes. He didn't have a wife.
and it
He didn't
definitely
have
seems
any
like
children that he didn't. He never spoke of ever having any children or knowing any children. And yeah, even the picture that you find in the locket there, that does not look familiar to you at all.
Hmm.
All right, let's go upstairs and find out what's going on up there.
Yeah, I have a feeling I already know what's up there. Ophelia's parents.
Well, my friends, so it is
It
time
is
for us to
time.
finish for the night.
Yeah.
That bit of revelation and mystery will kind of be what we hang on. But I hope, as always, your minds have been opened by wonder tonight. That we've had a chance to enjoy ourselves and continue back into uh, our model of play. Do you have any questions to this point?
Many, but they're all in game, and I'll wait until the next session.
How
Yeah.
wonderful was it that Gror suggested that he explore that shelf and then finds that, secret door? It was like inspiring.
Yeah. I was surprised about that, but that was good. So, all right. Well, we'll go ahead and say goodbye to any of our viewers and hope that your minds continue to be open by wonder and all of your adventures be sticky.
Woohoo.
Thank you and good night.
Good night, everyone.